Here's integrated 3. It's problem 7-62. The Portland Zoo is building a new children's petting zoo pen that will contain 6 goats. One of the designs being considered is shown at right, the shaded portion. So they want us to find the area of the petting zoo, and then they'll ask us perimeter, like how many meters of fence. And so I wrote this on another paper. So right here. Okay, so I redrew the triangle onto my paper, and then I noticed there were some markings that said these were equal, so I labeled this one with 4, and then I saw this one, that's 4, so that means this whole thing is 8, and I added the 4 to the 6, and I got that this would be 10 across here. And so the first thing I wanted to do was try to get the area. And so what I did is, I know the area. Let me make it so you can see it better. I know the area, I can get it by just adding the rectangle and the triangle and then subtracting out the quarter circle. So I got the area of the rectangle, which is base times height. The area of triangles is always 1/2 times base times height. And the area of a circle is pi r squared, but it's only a quarter, so I multiplied it by 1/4. So this is my basic plan. And then I had to go through and get all my numbers. So I knew this bottom part was 10 because the 4 plus 6 is 10. The height was 8 because the 4 plus 4 made 8. So that's how I got this part done. And then I needed the base of the triangle, which we did not have. So I had, for the triangle, we had the 8 was the height, because if it's 8 over here, it's also 8 over here. And we had the 78, so I looked at my SOHCAHTOAs and I saw that I could use tangents opposite over adjacent. So I did that, and I got 1.7. And I added, well no, I put that in for my base of my triangle, because right now I'm just doing the area. And then my height was 8. Okay, and then the quarter circle, 1/4 times pi times r is 4. Okay, and then I just worked that out. So those made 80. If I multiply all that together, it's 6.8. And this comes out to 4 pi. And then I just put them in my calculator. And I got this area. So that's the area of the pen. And this part is shaded, by the way. I don't know what to write on it, but it's all shaded except for that little quarter circle. Okay, so that was letter A. So now letter B. Letter B wants to know how much fencing I need. So letter B, I started here, and I'm going to find the distance around. So I said 4 plus the 10 plus the 1.7, that's where that 11.7, so that's just the part across the bottom, because 10 plus 1.7. 8.18, I didn't have this, we don't have this hypotenuse, so I got out my SOHCAHTOAs, and I saw that I could do opposite over hypotenuse. So that's sine. So I did sine of 78 equals opposite over hypotenuse. So I called this x in this case. And I did all that math, and I got 8.18. So this was 8.18. So I'm right here. I'm working my way around. Then I'm going to go across the top, but I'm going to stop right here. So this is going to be, there's my 6, and then I'm going to take this path around right here. So that turned out to be 6.28. And how do I know that? I did, this is the perimeter, or we'll say circumference. The circumference of a circle is 2 pi r. That's just the formula. And since it's a quarter circle, I went 1/4. And then I plugged in 4 for r. And I did this math, and I got 2 pi is 6.28. So that's why I'm adding this 6.28 here. Okay, and now I'm all the way back around to where I started. So if you add all that up, you'll get 36.2. Okay, and then letter C, there's a typo. Surprise, surprise. There's a typo not in your book, but in your answer book. So your answer book says, or your problem says something like, the animal rights advocates call for each goat to have at least 1.1 square meters to frolic. Will this pen design meet animal rights advocates criteria? So the first thing I thought was, I think there's plenty of room, because if there's only 6 goats and there's 74.23 square meters for 6 goats, I just did it. Well, I don't even have to show you. I just did a division. 74.23 divided by 6 was 12.37. So they said that you have to have at least 1.1 square meters per goat. Well, we've got 12.37 meters per goat. So yes, there's plenty of room. Our answer book had, well, the answer book had the fraction upside down, and it had some things that were a little bit nonsense. This is actually the correct answer.